Hello everyone, my name is Christina Liu. I am a mental fitness coach. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's video on building mental fitness. Now, in my three-week video series, I told you about what mental fitness is, how to measure it, and also the three core muscles of mental fitness. Now today I want to get into one of the core muscles, and I want to make it a little bit more experiential rather than just talking about the concept, because you might remember I told you about what contributes to lasting emotional and behavioral change. It's 20% insight and 80% mental muscle building. So the bulk of what's going to contribute to truly changing or improving your mental fitness is building those mental muscles. Because the insight, that's what we're talking about here. Any new learnings that you get or new realizations that you have, that is insight. That hopefully I've given you some of that through what I've told you about what is mental fitness. But the majority, 80% of it, it's still, you got to do those exercises. So it's like similar to physical fitness, which I keep using as an analogy. If you want to become physically fit, you can read about all the exercises that you need to do and all the right things you need to eat. And if you never did any of those exercises and never ate those right things, well, do you think you're going to become physically fit? Probably not, right? I mean, that sounds pretty logically, even kind of common sense. But when it comes to mental fitness, somehow we think, oh, by reading a book, by knowing a few concepts, we're going to make those real changes in our lives. But it just doesn't work that way, right? And that's what a lot of the traditional kind of personal development or even, leadership trainings, how they fail. Because, people get those great insights during the times of the training and during the time of the seminar, and they get all pumped up. They think, oh, right, my life is going to change and I'm going to make all these changes when I go back to my real life. But then they don't end up doing it. And then so actually the benefits of the training is completely lost. And if you ask any HR professional, they'll tell you that 90% of what is being taught in trainings gets lost pretty much within the month after the training. So that's not really great statistics. And so that's why I wanted to get into a little bit more experiential learning today, which is the core muscle that I'm talking about is self-command. Now, what is self-command? We talked about the other core muscles, which is intercept the saboteur and strengthen the sage. Now, self-command is the muscle that allows you to intercept the saboteurs very quickly and bring out your sage very quickly. Right, so that's why it's so important. And how do we build self-command? It's really through this simple practice, which is called PQ reps. Now, if you remember, PQ stands for positive intelligence quotient, right? It's the measure or the ratio of your sage emotion versus your saboteur emotion, or basically positive versus negative emotion. And we talked about you want to get to a score of 75, that being kind of the tipping point, where you basically have, for any negative emotion you have 3 positive emotions. And the reason you want to have that kind of ratio is because negative emotions impact us so much more. And that, again, that's just based on evolution, based on, we need to survive. And therefore, if we see anything negative in our environment, or if we feel anything negative, we need to really pay attention to it, because it could have some detrimental effects on our survival. And so that's why the 3-to-1 positive to negative ratio that we want to get to. And so PQ reps is basically repetitions you can do to improve your PQ. So it's like going to the gym to do reps to build muscle on your body. We're building muscle in our brain. So then what is a PQ rep? If you remember, it's any time you focus your attention for 10 seconds on a physical sensation. And so that way it gets you out of that mind chatter and into your body. And that is what's going to calm the part of the brain down where the saboteurs reside. Remember, it's part of the left brain, part of the limbic system, and the brain stem. All right, so let's do some PQ reps together, because it's not really that useful to talk about it, because you actually need to do these in order to strengthen that muscle. All right, so I'm gonna ask you to get into a comfortable position and then to close your eyes if you feel comfortable, because oftentimes it's much easier to get into kind of that focusing on the physical sensation with your eyes closed. But if you don't feel comfortable or you can't, that's okay too. And there are actually lots of different types of PQ reps, and some of them you actually do want to have your eyes open. But to begin, let's close our eyes and we'll just do a couple minutes of PQ reps and then see how you feel. All right? Okay, now if you can stand or sit in a comfortable position with your spine straight and your head straight. And if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Please go ahead and do so. And now let's start with doing some PQ reps with touch. Now let's rub 2 fingers on one hand together. It could be the thumb and the index finger. And just rub them with so much attention that you can feel the fingertip ridges on both fingers. Now let's do another type of touch. Now let's rub all the fingertips of one hand to the fingertips of another hand, and the palm of one hand to the palm of the other hand. And rub them with so much attention that you can feel the ridges on all the fingertips and the ridges on the palms. Great. Now let's do some PQ reps with breathing. Now let's take a deep breath. In and deep breath out. Another deep breath in. Now see if you can feel the temperature of air that's going into your nostrils. And feel the temperature of air going out of your nostrils. Now one last deep breath in. Feeling the temperature of air going in. And the temperature of air going out. Wonderful. Now let's do some PQ reps with the sensations in the body. Now see if you can find all your 10 toes. See if you can wiggle all your 10 toes and find all of them. Find all your beautiful toes. And now let's do some PQ reps with sound. Now try to listen and hear the furthest away sound that you can hear. Maybe it's an appliance running. Maybe it's cars running on the street. Now see if you can listen to the closest sound that you can hear. Maybe it's your own breathing. Great. Now let's open our eyes and do some PQ reps with visuals. Now see if you can find an object and look at it so closely with so much attention that you see all the details. Or you can look at something on the screen. Just pay so much attention to that object that you see all the details and maybe see some details that you didn't see before. Well, great. So that was about 2 or 3 minutes of PQ reps, let's say 3 minutes. So that is about 9 PQ reps. Remember I said for every 10 seconds, you focus your attention on the physical sensation, it's 1 PQ rep. But the reason I'm not giving you 6 PQ reps in a minute is because our mind wanders. right? We're not going to always focus our attention truly on that physical sensation, especially when you're just starting out. So about half the time is what you can truly give yourself. So for every minute, you can give yourself 3 PQ reps. And so the theory based on Shirzad Shamin's research in his book, Positive Intelligence, is that you want to clock in about 36 PQ reps a day. So that's about the minimum. So that's about 12 minutes if you accumulate it throughout the day. And it doesn't matter if you do it all in one sitting or do it throughout the day and break it up. But if you can do that, do 12 to 15 minutes of PQ reps a day, then the amazing thing is you're gonna start seeing changes in MRI brain imaging. You'll see the part of the brain where the saboteurs reside, that part, the gray matter will start shrinking. And the part where your sage resides, that gray matter starts growing. Isn't that pretty amazing? And that's just after 6 to 8 weeks of practice, of doing this kind of practice, what I just demonstrated with you for 6 to 8 weeks. And if you can do that for 12 to 15 minutes a day. All right, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you do want to learn more about how you can cultivate your mental fitness, how you can grow it, there is a program that I offer, which is 8 weeks of building your positive intelligence. And I'm going to link my webinar where I talk about all of this in more detail down below, and you can watch that webinar. And I would love for you to book a call with me to see if this is something that is suitable for you, because we've all been there where we had great intentions, we learned something new, and we get so pumped up and we say, yeah, I'm gonna go do it. And then after a few days or a couple of weeks, it starts fizzling out. And that's just, you're not the only one. That's just human nature. If we don't have someone to hold us accountable, or we don't have a group of people or at least one person to hold us accountable, we tend to resort back to our old ways. So that's what this program is all about. It consists of videos. It consists of an app on your phone where you can practice these PQ reps on a more regular basis. It gives you guidelines. And then also I'm hosting, as part of it, a weekly group call where you can get together with a small group of 4 to 6 people, where you're going through this practice together. All right, so yeah, I would love to see you in that program if you think that's going to be something that will benefit you. And I do have a group running right now, so do get in on that. I'm giving a heavy discount right now. So if you let me know over the next couple of days, or you can still join this group that is starting this Saturday, and the first meeting will be on a Tuesday. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and I would love to hear your comments and feedback below, and would love to see you booking that call or direct message me. All right, thanks so much. Again, my name is Christina Liu. I hope you take care, stay safe, and see you next week. Bye.